Coach, as you know, being over in Orlando, still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Here we go. 59 Mike. 59 Mike.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Now big hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
The 1st down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long.
He's coming. We got double up. These 2.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hodges.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
At their own 18-yard line.
A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Up to make the tackle, J.C. Jackson.
4 yards on the pickup. Second down 6 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22, Bridgewater going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check 31. Check Snickers. Now spin.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. That's into the hands of the tight end, Ellison. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Ready? Black 20. Check, check. 9. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Middle. I got it. Mike's 59. Alert. 59.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
You go tight. 6'6". Pull it high. 6 guys. Check. 2. Alert, alert.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Check 15. Greystone, travel. Hey. Banjo. Show that bench release and go.
Running with Kamara. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A man who played college football here in the Sunshine State. It's USF's Marlon Mack. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On third down, Bridgewater. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he it's knocked away and incomplete. That was Dante Jackson, the one who got a hand in to knock it away. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And they'll try for it here on fourth. Bridgewater and company stay out there. They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. J.C. Jackson there defensively to knock it away. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. But I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced them there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunky yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's second and inches at the 17-yard line.
Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with second down and less than a yard.
77. Watch the slant. 59 Mike. Check. 59.
On second and inches, Roethlisberger. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's good for Buccaneers. First down.
Alert.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Middle. Check 99. Check 22, 44. Go. 59.
Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
What we got? These two. You got Ocean Man. You got Ocean Man right there. Check 50. Hey, alert. 59. Mike to 59.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Alvin Kamara, his second touchdown on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point, good by Aguayo. And the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a second and 5. On second down, here's a run with Mack. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. On second down, it's Pollard. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Bridgewater going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
On 2nd down, Pollard. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Mike spot 9, Mike spot 9. Ricky.
They'll try and throw for it here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get 15 and a Giants 1st down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Yeah. Switch.
Nicholas, 66. Hey.
Flow.
44.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's got some space here. The 40. The 30. 10. 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Alvin Kamara, 77 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the 1st half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On 2nd down now, Pollard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. first down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Bridgewater now from the 50. He's going to loft one deep left side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
Check 59. Hey, exit. 59. Mike to 59. Let's go.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. That's caught by Howard. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Aguayo able to connect on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Check 59. Mike is 15.
Play action now. Bridgewater. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it lines up to Incomplete.
Incomplete. Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. This one complete to Christian Kirk. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, 76 yards. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. Now Bridgewater will lead the troops up to go for 2.
Oh, you got deep? Check 3, check 3. Watch the eye. Whip. Watch the whip. Under 10, 10. Watch twist. He's crashing. He's checking crack. Kill. 22, check. Over. 22, check. Over. Kill. Turn up. Kill.
They'll try and run it up the middle. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Sponge. General West. No. Bravo. Get.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He went
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Go!
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Driscoll. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
On the ready.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Yes! Hey, Alpha! Now!
Mike's 59. Watch the flag.
80 weapons.
They'll look to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Mack. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. To throw, Bridgewater. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there for the Giants. 54 yards.
First down, Giants.
Watch the shit.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Pollard going to try the right side. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. They run it again with Kamara. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
50. Middle.
57's Mike. Mike 57. Man, I got you.
Now Roethlisberger. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And that is caught. What a catch inside the 5. He got 29 yards that time. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Now a run with Mack. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Marlon Mack, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And thanks to the interception, the Giants offense cashes in with 6. The extra point up and good. And that makes it 24-13. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3 quarters have come and gone. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Black 20.
Hey. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Snickers.
On the ground, Kamara. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bucs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Roethlisberger. That one caught by Ellison. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And Kamara has it stripped. And the Giants have it. It's picked up.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here. Not done in the 4th. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Bridgewater. This one into the hands of Metcalf. 13 yards, good for a giant first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. And now it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Gotta do better. Come on.
Throwing, Bridgewater. He'll find Metcalf. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Giants first down.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
At the 4-yard line.
They'll go again here with Mack. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Here we go again. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. The Giants on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Bridgewater. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
These 2.
Hey, Mike 57. You.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
C.J. Mosley on the tackle. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 3.
This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot. Check.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Deep grip.
Here's Kamara trying to run for him. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Shift. Hey.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 49-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
No. Off.
No spacing.
Check, Mike.
Middle.
Mike 57. I'm coming.
These two.
57. Mike 57.
Toss play, Kamara. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Black 80. No spacing.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 50.
8. Middle.
51 to Mike, boy. 51. Pick it up.
Now Kamara. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. It'll be a 45-yard punt, and couple that with a loss on the return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Bridgewater to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
That's complete to Marlon Mack. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16. Now Bridgewater. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Bucs, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.